We're changing gears here, literally, because we're talking cars. We're talking Pinewood Derby cars. And some of us adults out here, you've maybe made one of these. We happen to be with a group of Cub Scouts and one Boy Scout who's very knowledgeable about this, to talk about the upcoming Pinewood Derby race that's going to go on at the mall at the end of February. It's going to be awesome. We happen to be with people from Pack 273 and Troop 273 to learn more about what's going on. So thank you for taking the time to do this today. I know it's your day off from school. So let's start by saying, who has done the Pinewood Derby before? Has anybody done this before? You've done it before? All of you have. Okay, you did too? And I think some dads and moms out who are here with us, they've done it before too. So tell me what happens with these cars, because these are really fancy. How do you know how to do this? How did you know how to make that? Do you plan ahead? Do you have tools at home? What in the heck? How do you know how to do that?
Well, we have some tools at our house, and we just kind of I pick like a design that I'd like. And then usually me and my dad go out and work on it and make it to our liking.
Yeah. Well, and I was telling a story before we started. We don't have tools at our house. And I remember when my son was in there, I didn't know what to do. But Mr. Fivet, he knows what to do. So I know sometimes you lend a hand, or other adults will lend a hand.
Absolutely. We do make sure the Scouts design their own cars and make as much of it as we can. But when it comes to power tools, usually the dad gets a chance to help out. We enjoy it too. It's a great time to spend with our Scouts, and make sure that they have a good experience on race day, because it doesn't, fall apart.
Yeah. Well, tell me about race day. Now, you said you've done this a few times. What happens on race day? Is it it's a big ramp? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty big ramp. So normally the day before we will give our cars to them and they will make up names. As you see, this car has a number, so it went first for that round. In our rank, we do different races for them. They put them into different groups, and who wins it, it's kind of like a tournament where the winner goes on, and then they pick a winner for that rank.
So it's kind of like a baseball tournament or anything. You keep moving on. Are there prizes? Are there trophies? Are there things like that?
I think there's a trophy at the end. I haven't won, so I don't know.
Well, it seems like, though, everybody had fun whether they win or not. Now, I see you make cars every year, and I see a theme. What is your kind of car? What do you make? Can you tell me? Is it trains? Trains. He's a train guy. So you can use a lot of creativity. And I know you forgot your actual car at home, but you're showing something. You've got all different. You've got the guy. Is that supposed to be the head?
Do you remember when our den last year, the boys designed what the car was going to look like. He cut it, and then they actually all signed it, and we raced it as a den. So this might not look the prettiest, but all of our boys, their names are on there, and then they race.
Yeah.
So there's even your name. So that's total teamwork there. And how about you? Now, can you tell me about your car? Because it looks like it's got a little special secret there.
So my car, I decided to cut it in half so I can kind of
Cool.
do that.
So you must have some tools at home if you can figure out how to cut that in half.
No, that was it.
And you wanted him to do that, correct? Yeah. So it's always
Checked twice.
And you have yours designed, and now you're holding some back there for us.
Yeah, so I never go for speed. I always go for style. So I always look to see what are some easy ones. So I did an ice cream sandwich with bite marks, not real bite marks, but he's good at the carving. And then I did a rainbow with some cloud at the end.
So there, it's for speed and it's for creativity. Has anybody figured out, is there a trick to it? Are there tricks like I see weights and things like that?
There are tricks. So all the cars start out as this block of wood. You get a set of wheels and nails as axles, and your job is to put together a car that goes as quickly as possible down the track. Thanks to physics, there are some things that work. You'll find that when the weight is higher in the car, it's got more time to gain speed down the ramp. But you also want to make sure that the wheels are level and straight so that it doesn't hop around the track. And, after that, it's how creative do you want to be?
And there you go. So when we talk about this too, so you guys are going to have races for your group. And then the big race we're talking about, let's see, Saturday, February 29th from 10 to 2:30 at the mall. That's the Northeast Illinois Council. That's going to be a huge deal.
Right. No. So we're going to have our Pinewood Derby for our pack later this month. The first, second, and third place finishers in each of the den levels qualifies for that NEIC race at the mall. That's where every pack in the council could send their top few to that track. And historically, we've done well. We've had some folks that won both our pack race and that council race. And sometimes what is really interesting, we've had one family where both of their boys won and qualified. The older boy won at our pack, but the younger one came back and won at the council race. So everybody gets a chance to compete more than one. It's great.
There's a lot of bragging rights there. And it's a place where whether you're involved in scouting or you're wondering about scouting or you'd like to just see something really fun, you can just go and watch this big event.
Absolutely. We're going to be at Middle School North on Saturday, January 25th. If you want to come meet us and see the cars race, the council race at the mall, anybody come see. And then, of course, there'll be information on both the council website and our own website about other events if you're interested in finding out more about what we do as a pack or as a troop.
So tell me, can somebody tell me, I know before we started talking, since it's called crossing over because you're now with the BSA group, so you're with the older guys that do Eagle Scout projects and camping and everything. Can you think of something that you have found to be very interesting that you think if somebody was thinking about scouting, they might want to know the kind of thing you did?
Well, usually on campouts, you get to go with like all your friends, like in scouting, and you have like good times though, like because you have to cook your own meals, and it's really fun, and it's.
I like you say that cooking your own meal is fun. I'm sure that's really appreciated at home. And when we talk about cooking your own meals or having a tent or having a sleeping bag, that can be daunting. Like for instance, we're not a camping family at my house, but I understand that you would help somebody know how to do that if you wanted to get involved.
Absolutely. The Scout family is very supportive, and there's people always willing to lend equipment or help go shopping for equipment, but it is a very supportive environment. So these boys are actually planning on crossing over in spring, which is actually just 2 months from now. So hopefully they'll all be joining together for the troop.
Well, if somebody could outline just before we go, there are different ages that do different things. Can you explain like where you can come into scouting? Can you come in at any step?
You can come in at any age. We do start as early as kindergarten with a program specifically for the younger kids. He's a graduate of that. That's the Lions. And then you work through first, second, third, and fourth grade through it's Tiger, then Wolf, then Bear, then Weeblo. Once you get to that Weeblo rank in fourth grade, it becomes more like Boy Scouting. That's where you see the uniform change. And they do their last year as a Weeblo in fifth grade, and then once they're done with the program in March, they cross over to the troop and continue there. Cub Scouting is very, very parent involved as well as guided by the pack. So you have a lot of chances to figure it out. And it really sets you up for Boy Scouting when you get to do really what you want to do as opposed to what the pack is doing as a whole. But we'll take anybody, any age. Come on in.
Well, and I've had parents say it's one of the most fulfilling things as a parent because it's something they can do as a family. Yeah.
Look, I have my 2 boys and my husband and I, so yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get out of it.
Have a choice. No, I'm just kidding. We love it. We do.
Well, and there's things to do. Now, we're talking about BSA scouting. There's Girl Scouts. BSA also does take girls now because that's a change. Girl Scouts is still available. And there's other organizations out there for parents and for kids and for the community. And I know one of the things that people like about scouting is it's a lot about the word integrity. Like you all take care of the land, you take care of each other, and you're very. It's a lot of things like that you people do. And if somebody wanted to get involved in scouting, what do you think? Do you have an invitation for them?
Of course, we welcome everybody, and it's a great activity. Because instead of just sitting on the couch, you actually get to do something.
Very good point. And it's a lot of different kind of things. And I understand as the older you get, even more activities come your way. I've heard people that they even go like sailboats in the Caribbean and all kind of things. So it's, and it sounds to me like if somebody wanted to learn, Makajuan?
Yeah. Right here. So as the Weeblos, we're able to go to a Kayla camp, which is a very fun experience. And for all the Weeblos, I think you should go because it is very fun. Even though it sounds long, you get to do a lot of stuff that you can't do on a normal campsite. You get to swim in a lake, kayak, and you meet a lot of friends too.
Well, and Makajawan was when they had a big storm, and the scouting community came together and have pretty much rebuilt that camp in one season.
They have. There was a tremendous thunderstorm that took down, like 60% of the pine in that. For those who don't, Makajawan is up in the north woods of Wisconsin, probably about 4.5 hours from us here in Vernon Hills. Deep pine forests, natural lakes, all that stuff. Doesn't like wind very much. So not only did everybody get out safely when the storm hit, but due to the cooperation of logging companies, the council, and our friends, we've raised funds to repair most of the facilities, if not all, as well as replace the equipment that was lost so that this coming 2020 season, camp's going to go off without a hitch.
And like you said, you can canoe, you can kayak, you can go. Do they have those things where you climb up in trees and go across? They've got all kind of different things.
Leathercraft, there's a ropes course.
Oh yeah, there's a ropes course. There's a lot of different things you get exposed to there.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it's cool for everybody of all interests. And if somebody wants to find out more, I think one of the great things to do as you're watching this in February is you could come over to the mall and watch all the cars race and get to talk to the leaders and the volunteers and the parents and the kids, so you can tell people that this is a really great opportunity. So I thank you all for taking the time. Good luck, because I know as we're taping this, you're going to still have your race. Good luck to everybody. And either way, I hope to see you at the mall, because that'll be fun just to watch the whole thing. So thanks for taking the time. And remember, if you want to know more about scouting, just reach out. These are your neighbors and your friends, and you can learn a lot more. Thank you.